house so loud, three boys running around. A baby girl so sweet, life's a hectic beat. Welcome back to our lovely chaos.
What's going on, everybody?
So today's topic is very what is it called? It's very personal, I guess you can say, in a way, but it's also very,
it's more looking back.
Yeah, looking back,
I would say.
Yeah. So today we're gonna do our topic is growing together or growing apart, marriage through changes. And I think we've had a lot of changes throughout our marriage throughout these 13 years we've been together.
Yeah, 13 years already. Well, 13 years as a couple.
Yes. And I think it's easier said 13 years than done.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look back and I'm like, 13 years, damn. Like, we've been through a lot.
Been through it.
Yeah. And it hasn't been bad through it, but it has been times where I think maybe if we would have been different people on different mindsets, we wouldn't have made it through. Like, but I think what...
It's not just that, it's just our love is so strong.
Yeah, our love is so strong. Yes, very compatible. But what do you think has changed about us over the years?
That has changed?
I mean, what do you think?
We've changed together.
Okay, so what do you think you have changed over the years?
Since we started, or...
Okay, or what do you think I've changed over the years?
Oh, honey, gorgeous, you've changed a lot.
I know I have.
My goodness. Where do I begin? I'm just kidding. It's not that intense. It's just obviously... And
it's not in a bad way. I mean,
personal stuff, like, if I'm going to get personal, like, to the nitty-gritty, you had a bunch of these walls, you know?
Yeah.
Built to, like, the very high skyscraper type of walls.
I agree.
But I just, I was like, nah, this woman's mine. So I just chipped one brick one by one till they all came down.
I think I built walls because
of everything that
my past relationship, and that doesn't mean just with my partners, but with my family.
Yeah.
I think your traumas or your walls or your barriers start from since you were a child. It's not just when you're a teenager or an adolescent child, I guess you could say.
I mean, we've learned that it's even before we were born.
Yeah, I've actually learned recently. I went through like this deep dive into like what is it called, when you carry traumas from your ancestors. Generational trauma. Sorry, I couldn't think about it. Generational trauma. And yeah, like, we carry things from like people before us, and I didn't know this, even though I'm like I said, I went into a deep dive into like, healing myself deeply, not just spiritually, but also through my food, through my surroundings, through my environment. I never questioned that to be something I had to heal. Like, I had to heal my ancestors technically through me, through your
ancestral traumas.
Yes. So I think through these 13 years, I guess, I've had a big change because I've learned of that, like, I've learned that a lot of things that I might think or how I act are not me, but are what I carry from my ancestors. That's number one. Number two, obviously the traumas I went through as a child through my family, and then, like I said, through my relationships, or my one relationship, I guess you can say, that caused me to be the woman that got to meet my husband, Eric, obviously, and he loves me dearly, but he didn't know what he was getting himself into.
I did not.
And I warned him, by the way, let me just tell you, because
you said,
I've always been aware of the type of person I am, and not only have I always been aware.
You warned me of your tastes. You didn't say anything about the traumas, which is completely different.
Yeah, But still,
But still,
I warned you.
I said I was there till the end,
And he has.
And I'm here.
Yeah, he has. So I think I've changed in a way from being controlling.
Mm-hmm. Always having your way or the highway type of thing. But again, that's not just because of you, but it's also, parents and everything, like, and all that.
And he's taught me actually how to let go of that and know that I can't control everything. And not because he's forced me, but
no,
not at all. But I think it's because he's been so patient with me. Yeah. He's been so patient with me, so loving and so caring in the moments that I felt like I was spiraling. He was always so calm. And I think the reason why is because I go back to, and I will continue to preach it, our home has always been filled with faith, and I think we go back to, God and like praying like that, when either one of us is going through a tough time, it like personally, it has nothing to do with the other person. We pray on it and we kind of, ask God like for guidance for our other significant other.
Yeah.
In that way. But yeah, I broke a lot of barriers. I was, like I said, controlling. I was at times very aggressive. I would say things out of anger because, like I said, previous relationship, previous traumas. I was just like a fireball and I would get angry. And I had to learn how not to be that fireball and how to,
Although I like it sometimes, but obviously not all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
but then I think what made that also change, and I have to give it to it, is becoming a mother. Yeah. Because it's not the same to become a fireball when it's just me and him. Than to be surrounded by little people that now see your reactions, and I always say monkey see, monkey do. So,
and it's funny because it was like, if we're going back to that, we didn't last too long, just me and her, like me and you, what I mean?
We met.
So I mean, obviously, one of the previous episodes, we met in high school. We kind of went our ways. Then we started dating, and then 8 months later, Julian, the oldest, we found out we were pregnant.
Yeah, so and at that point, I loved him.
That literally could have been a make or break type of situation. Yes,
because I loved him, but I was very taken back. Still. Yeah, I was very taken back because I didn't know if, this would make us or it was break us, or if he was the one I wanted to have children with. Obviously, I've never.
Obviously, we're already gonna have a child together.
But you know what I mean. In that moment, you think about it like, oh my God, like we didn't really know each other that deep, in that sense to say, hey, we're gonna have a kid, and like now, like I said, we didn't actually, and like I said, we didn't move we didn't move together until I was literally 8 months pregnant.
No, literally the week before, he was born.
Yeah.
Like, well, not just that too, but I mean, I was going to school, so I was still studying.
And I wanted him to graduate, so I was like, no, you focus on that. I don't need you right now. Not like that, but you know what I mean? Like, I need you to continue doing what you need to do.
I mean, we still saw each other every day.
Yeah, we saw each other. He was there with me. But then, a week before I actually had Julian, I was like, you know what? I think it's time we move together. We start seeing where this takes us. And I
think I graduated, and then that weekend is when we started moving in.
Yeah, he started moving in. I told him, I was like, if we see in a few years that we were compatible, we were able to make it through having kids and, getting to know each other in that level, then we will get married,
Obviously, I knew the answer was going to be yes, but...
And it happened. I mean, it totally happened. Now how do you think you've evolved and changed?
Well, I mean, for me, it was... I just always go back to, like, I used to be a happy-go-lucky kid. And then
go what?
Happy-go-lucky. You never heard that expression?
No.
You've heard it somewhere, but... And then, I don't know, in high school, there was just one day I was being, like, my funny, silly kid that I was. Then a friend, just out of nowhere, asked me, like, hey, why are you always so happy? I don't know why. It just hit me, like, it's like, damn, why am I so happy? Like, So, I don't know why it stuck me, because, I considered him a really good friend, and, yeah, that kind of messed me up. You know what I mean?
So be kind to people and be nice out there. Okay?
Well, like I said, he didn't mean it in that sense. But
I know exactly. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't mean a lot of things when they say it, but that's why.
Yeah, but I guess since it was just me, like I, for some reason, went too deep with it, and it just, like I said, just messed me up. And then I guess I didn't go depressive because I didn't, but it's just, I guess I went introspective for, like, I guess the rest of that year. And then, so I guess that kind of, speaking of trauma, not that he was obviously traumatic, obviously, but that kind of, like, went into me, like, kind of started to second guess myself, and what's it called? What's the other one? Doubt myself, yeah, a little bit. So then I was like, man, what can that do? Because the same thing, like you said, like parents and stuff like that, like, sometimes it's like I was never enough, but then that's kind of like the main one, or I've never felt that I was good enough for the things that I thought I deserved. So I never thought I was deserving of certain things. So obviously I would try hard, but I never thought I can reach higher.
And I think the fact that you weren't believing that you could reach higher,
yeah, exactly,
was stopping you from growing.
I was settling, and without settling. So I was like,
yeah,
I was like, I wanted to reach for something, but then I was like, well, if I don't get it, then I'm okay. Yeah. So now, obviously, I've learned that I can actually reach higher than where I'm actually hitting, Like, obviously, I graduated from UCR. I got a BA from there. And then right now, I'm about to graduate, well,
in a few months
with another degree in music production.
Yep.
So
we think about, we have a lot of conversations, right? And I always tell him, I'm like, God didn't put us here just to put us here. Like, God makes no mistakes, and he didn't just put us in this, I guess, business, or in this place, or in this journey just because he was like, you know what, let me just put Eric as a music producer, and let me just put Natalie as a business major in entertainment. Like, I just don't think things like that just happen just to happen. I feel like everything has a purpose. And I think the way we have grown to get to this point that we are today, we didn't get here easy either. And it causes for us to grow. And I think,
because think about it, 4 kids, like, who does that?
It's not easy. And like I said, like, I think it cost us the fact that we had to be in our lowest in both of our personal growth in order to be where we're at today. But it also showed us that we were meant to be with each other in this journey, right here, right now, and wherever life takes us, right? Like, it wasn't like we were, how do I say, like, what we went through was not easy, and it wasn't even our marriage that was, like, in jeopardy. I don't know if that makes any sense, right? Like,
obviously we've had our ups and downs, but
it was never about our
it's normal marriage stuff, obviously, normal arguments,
like, normal to, like, the normal people, maybe, abnormal to the because when we fight, we might have, like, fights, but, like, for, like, 10 minutes, and, like, then we don't talk, or I don't talk.
And I'm over here trying to kiss her ass and stuff like that.
And then we'll be okay. That's the type of, like, problems we have, per se.
And for all the guys out there, obviously sometimes we're right, but we end up being wrong. So,
but what I mean, like, we had personal growth. It's like, you had to have your low personally. Like, I felt like you went through a phase where, like you said, you didn't feel like you were enough. And then God slowly showed you, you are enough. I am going to put you with the right people. I am going to put you with the right path, you know? And it wasn't like, but now that I look back at it, it wasn't bad. But for each person, like your personal journey, it was bad. I don't know if that makes any sense, right? Same with me. Like, I went through like all these health problems. Honestly, they were all in my mind. Now that
yeah, that's another thing that was really intense.
But I think it was teaching me that our minds are so powerful.
So powerful.
That you can literally make yourself sick to the point where you feel like you're dying. You will be dying because your mind is so powerful, you know? So I think my lesson there was like teaching me, like, you are so powerful with your mind. If you're able to like control yourself, get yourself sick. Like, imagine what you could do if you think positive and you create yourself into this world. And the moment I realized that, like the world you dreamed of and stuff like that, the life you dream of, and the moment I realized that is when I started to do that change in my life. I started to realize all the things that were, you know, stopping me from accomplishing that. And also with my marriage, like the things that I was doing that eventually could tear us apart. Like, how was I not supporting him in certain ways? How was I, you know, not being the wife maybe that he needed in order to continue growing, because maybe I wasn't making him feel like he could be his best and I would be there no matter what, right? Even though he knew that, but maybe mentioning it to him or giving him that, what is it called, like that motivation. In the way he expected.
Support,
yeah.
Because obviously, you know, it's always like, no, we're done, this and that. But then it'd be like, no, I love you, obviously I'm not gonna leave you. But then next argument, okay, we're done.
And it's funny, like cycle. A lot of people don't know that about us because they always hear the not that they always hear, but we never publicate our problems. I never tell people our problems, like, and nobody should. Nobody should. And
I used to in the beginning, like, mess around and tell. Not that I would tell people, but
like, he would mess around and kind of like,
and it would kind of like slip out, even though it was like a joke. But then she obviously brought it to my attention. She was like, hey, like, I don't appreciate that. I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like, even if it was a joke, like I say in a joking manner, it's still what we actually went through.
Yeah. And I think, like, when you have problems in your marriage, no matter, unless like they're super intense, where like obviously you need help from somebody. And I mean, I can't even think of an example, but like, unless it's like life or death per se, then okay, then you should tell it to other people. But I think you should always keep it between, you know, each other.
There's always three of you in a relationship.
Yeah, you know,
you, your spouse, and God.
Yes. So give it to God. And God will know how to guide you through it, right? But yeah, you should never tell your parents. You should never tell your friends. You should never tell anybody unless they're your psychologist. You should not be telling this, or like a marriage psychologist. You should never be telling things like this unless, like I said, it's a life situation, or like, you know, because I always say, like, you go and tell people your problems and then the next day or like a few days later you guys are fine. Or I don't know, like, there's things that, you know, sometimes your in-laws do not need to know, or like your friends don't need to know, because those are your issues. And sometimes when you tell people your issues, then they come with their opinions, with their thoughts,
or they always have that negative image of your spouse.
Or yeah, exactly, that is the worst. And I don't think you should do that, because like I said, I think that should be between, you know, you two and God. And at the end of the day, I think when you sit down with your partner and you talk to them about how you feel instead of telling other people, or like I said, if it's like a marriage counseling, that's different. But between you two and somebody that's, like you said the other day, what is it, like neutral to the situation, that's what you need. Not somebody that knows you or anything like that. Then that's different, you know. But different. Yeah, I think that's the way that, I mean, we've kept our relationship so healthy. And like I said, because we're not perfect, you know, we have our flaws too and our problems, but I think that's what makes us be here today with 4 kids, 13 years and together, growing business, and like doing all these things. So yeah, do you think we've ever had like a moment where we've had like a fallout, or like you've thought to yourself, fuck, we're not making it out of this? Yeah. I know we've never really had deep ones, but in my head
there's drunken one, but I mean, we got pretty drunk, so but yeah, I thought I was a goner.
I was a goner. I laugh now because now I think about it, I'm like, I should have just kicked his ass. And like, I was not gonna kick his ass, but you know what I mean, like I should have just, like, it was just, he got drunk, I was drunk, and we were just like, you know what, like, this isn't gonna work anymore. And I was trying to just go to my parents' house, and or like I was trying to go for a drive or something. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
What are you talking about?
We went to Barra Mexico.
Oh.
That one was intense.
Oh yeah. So this is do not drink and drive. But do not drink.
Whoa. So we didn't drive because you're making it seem like we drove. We did not drive. We got really drunk though, but we didn't drive. We were in Mexico, obviously. So
yeah. So like I said, sometimes when there is surroundings and there's voices, I call it like the demons or whatever. And I'm not talking about people. I'm just saying voices. Like you interpret things in a way that it shouldn't be. I think that's what brings issues into your marriage. So like I said, always keep things that nobody needs to know between you and your partner. And I think that one time that things, when he says that, I was talking about some other one, but that was like we had been together for like only like a year or something.
Oh yeah, that was like in the very beginning.
Yeah. And I was just trying to leave home. I was like, I'm done, you know. That's the one I thought, but that one I totally had forgotten about that. Yeah. Like I said, because we don't
really talk about it because it was, you know, we were drunk, so it's like,
yeah, and we just had a very bad argument. But the fact that I think that's when everything started with me changing internally and emotionally, because alcohol is not a good friend. Let me just tell you that right now. But
I mean, don't get us wrong. It is fun, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely messes with you.
Yeah, when you're not in the right space. So during that time, I was going through a lot physically and emotionally. I had just lost 2 of the baby. It was the first. It was the first one. The first one. I had just had the first miscarriage. And I was kind of like in that journey of healing myself, you know, emotionally, mentally, physically, like everything, right? And we went to Mexico, and we had like this thing, and then we got in a big argument, and, you know, it just went out the door. And we
flew back, technically divorced. She told me that she threw the ring away in the trash.
I can be dramatic, okay?
No, mi amor, you're perfect. And yeah, the whole flight, we didn't talk to each other. Well, she didn't talk to me, so obviously I wasn't gonna like bug her. I wasn't gonna poke the bear.
Yeah, do not poke the bear, guys.
And then we get back and drive home in silence.
Point being, it was an argument where I was having a moment of when I was drunk. Let's just put it like that so people can get an idea of what kind of happened.
Like drunk.
I was drunk, but I had a moment of like, I guess, what is it? PTSD from my previous relationship, where I guess it was the moment and the way that things happened that it just took me back to that moment, and I just lost it. It was a moment where I felt like I was there again, even though Eric was not the person I was like literally envisioning, like seeing, I guess, in a way. But my mind just went there, and I just went off road, and like he was trying to like calm me down, and I just couldn't, like. But I think in that moment, I realized, like, I'm not okay anymore. Like, I need to figure this out and break myself from this and, like, release it to, God, and, like, just pray on it and, like, not be part of this, And so that whole time, like, I was so angry. But I couldn't, like, define, like, my angry, like, if it was towards him, if it was towards me. I was just so angry, and I had to go back home with him, so I couldn't even have time to, like, what is it called, debate in my head if I was angry at him, myself, the world. Like, I was just so conflicted.
And then that's actually the only time I ever told an issue. It wasn't an issue, like that something happened to my mom.
Because he really thought it was done.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, Mom, like, obviously we had, what, 3 of it? Like,
yeah.
And I was like, look, Mom, like, hey, like, this is what's going on. Like, I think we're done. Like, I messed up.
His mom was even like, what?
Yeah. Oh, because I called her. Yeah, we were on the flight. We were in the airport getting ready to go. I think it was like 11.
Yeah.
I think I woke her up, too. And she's like, huh? She's like, hey, mijo, what's up? Like, what's going on? I'm like, this isn't that. Like, I don't just...
Yeah.
Just don't blame her. It was on me. She's like, this is why you're not supposed to drink. Like, both of you guys are not, like, this is why you shouldn't drink too crazy. Obviously, we were at a, what is it, Barra Mexico, which is really, it was a really fun, when the fun, we were having the fun. Like, it was a fun experience.
But like I said, sometimes we have things that we hold from our traumas in our past that we don't, like, resolve.
Like me with alcohol, at least, like, my trauma was, I don't drink even when I, like, would drink a lot. I mean, obviously I've had my drunken days when I went to UCR. Like, that was, I used to get drunk. But again, fun times.
Yeah.
But then after that, I was like, you know what, this is done. Like, once I turned 21, I was like, no. Which is the sad part.
Random, right?
So from 18 to 21, that's when I would drink, and then once I turned 21, it's over.
Yeah, he only had 3 years of drinking life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that was one of the moments where like I said, it was one of my lowest, and I kind of bounced back from realizing what was happening to me, right? Like I said, things happen for a reason, and I think that was one of the moments where I needed to live and go through, and he needed to go through as well, to see if, like, he wanted to be with me for the rest of my life in a way, and vice versa. And the fact that he was so calm afterwards and so understanding, and, like, we had a conversation, and, like, we were like, okay, like, it was a mistake, like, well, not a mistake, sorry. It was a moment where, I had that, what is it?
PTSD.
Moment.
It's PTSD.
Yeah, that I didn't know how I was going to come out of it, but with his help, his love, like, I knew I was going to be better, It had never happened to me, ever. In that moment, I was like, no, this will not control me. This will not, be my identity. This will not define me at all, So I went back. I started working on myself. I started to, just create myself again through God, prayer,
Obviously, that's when we started going to church. Well, yeah, this is when we got back. Yeah. When we started going.
Yeah.
Obviously, she went through the
miscarriages, so that kind of put us in that moment, know. And like I said, God sometimes puts you, because like I said, we don't have, like, bad moments. We don't have times where it's like we're like, you know, like our relationship is really healthy, but there's always moments where we will go back and think, damn, like what the fuck was going on, you know? And like I said, and then we kind of sit there and we're like laughing, like, why was I even mad? Or like he'll be like, I don't know, I can't even remember why you got mad, because honestly I'm always the one getting mad. Like I said, I've gotten so much better, so much better. And but like, I mean, happy.
Also now it's like I see her, but she's in the mood. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, and him just saying that, I'm like, I know what is wrong with me, you know.
Even if it's me, like, say I forgot to put the toilet seat down, or I didn't clean the toilet after I used it. Like, I get it, you know. It's like, yes, I should have done that, but sometimes you don't check. You just don't.
No, he never checks. It's a.
But I do clean the toilets.
Yeah, he does.
When I remember,
you know. But I think that was like one of the fallouts. But what do you think? Throughout that fallout, it made us back get into sync. Like, what brought us back into sync after that? Because after that's when everything started changing. You know, like our lives and like the way you start to view things, and I start to view things.
Well, that's just that. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things you don't like that it happens, but it's good that it does, because then you see things in a different light. We started seeing like, oh no, we each have to change so that we can definitely keep working on ourselves and together as a relationship, because obviously we're the role models to our kids. Like, we're the first role models, and
mind you, our kids have never seen us like have arguments like that. By the way,
well, I mean, not intense ones. Obviously they hear like the raised voices, or not
really. No, they've never heard that.
No, yeah, you're right.
Like, they'll obviously hear when he's like, are you mad? Like, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. They know that I'm not talking to dad at times, but like they've never witnessed anything like that. They've never witnessed like I mean, we've never had a fight, but like I'm saying, like they've never been in an environment like that. So when they do hear people raising their voice, they can't even get frightened. So we always try to keep, I don't want to say like a perfect world for them, but a world where they're too young to understand these things yet. So we kind of try to, you know, be kinder to their surroundings in a way. So, but yeah, what do you think has made us come back to each other after all that and be here where we're at right now then? Like, what do you think has made us... Sorry, I don't even think I said that right. What do you think has made us stick together, I guess, through all this and be where we're at today? Like, here.
That is a very good question. I mean, it's just our love and communication, because obviously that's always a, you know, positive. And then, I mean, I just can't picture my life without you, you know?
Yeah. Even though, like I think it's the same for me.
Yeah, like I could have, honestly, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but you've even told me, like, a lot of women, girls or whatever, like, they've been after me. Even you said it, that back in high school, there's a lot of girls that liked me. And me just very, what's it called?
So innocent of himself.
Not innocent, but what's the other one, like blind or
so
like you know, like there are people. I'm a bad flirt. Okay, like I don't know how I got this woman. Like, she's just amazing. She's sexy. She's just like super smart. I don't know. I must have a big one. And that's the mystery for everybody to, you know, think about.
Oh, God. Anyways.
I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, it's just, you know, we love each other.
I think
we can see ourselves in our futures.
I think we can see what I've noticed now that we're like in these careers, in these businesses, we have our lives in this journey right now. I think what has brought us back together is learning to love our flaws, accepting each other with what we carry, like from our traumas or our past or how we were raised, and learning how to help each other embrace that and make better humans or better people of each other. Or like, is that even the right way to say it? Like, I feel like every day I push you to be a better version of yourself, right? And I feel like even though you don't push me because you're not a pusher, like you're not, you encourage me, like you encourage me in your way of like me being the best version of myself. And like every win that I have, like you're always there being my number one cheerleader or hype man, I guess you can say, not cheerleader. Yes, let's say hype man. Yeah, like, you know, like I think that's what has brought us back together, that we haven't lost faith in each other, yeah. And like we keep our faith in God, like you said, in like entre nosotros, you know, like between us, like we don't put anybody else like as our intermediate. It's just God. And like, you know, when we do have like, or I don't know, like how do I communicate this to him, like I say, God, just put the right words in my mouth, or like, you know, give me the right thoughts to like get to him, you know, so that he understands and is, you know, he doesn't feel bad. Because that's one thing about Eric, like he's very sensitive when it comes to things. Like I can tell him something, he like will feel bad the rest of the day. I'm like, dude, I just told you clean the toilet, like literally. And he will feel so bad, and I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a deal, but he will like take it to heart, right?
Like I said, sometimes I feel like I'm not, that's one of my flaws, is like not being enough.
Yeah, and the thing is that I would be like, okay, well, if it was a major thing, then yeah. But sometimes, like, literally, it'll be like, dude, you forgot to wash the dishes in the morning. And he'll be like, oh my. And then the whole day, he'll feel like.
Okay, tampoco.
Yeah, you will.
No, not just for washing the dishes.
But you know what I mean? Like
sometimes when it's little. Like that, when it's not even that little, it's. Okay. It's sometimes you throw at me and it's many little things, but all together. You didn't do this, you didn't do that, you forgot to do this, what about this, and this and this, this and this and this and this. That's the other thing.
Okay, but you get my point.
Don't make me sound like just for one thing, like I'm already...
Well, you guys get the picture, right? But yeah, like I think just keep... If you want your relationship to last a good while... And not only that, but end up being the best of friends.
You don't take things personal.
Yeah.
I don't take things personal. It's just
No, you take them to heart. That's why I said
no. See, but it's not because you say it. It's because I didn't do it.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Exactly. It doesn't make any sense, but that's just how it is. It's like, shit, I didn't think about doing that. So now it's causing her to get upset because now she feels like has all these things. She already has a lot of things on her plate, but now she has to worry about all these other things. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I take it to heart. Like, I beat myself up because I didn't think about doing
to make my life easier.
To me, exactly.
Yeah. No, yeah. And I think, like I said, that's one of the things we've learned through this, like, through, you know, being together for 13 years is like, how do we deal with these things? How do we come together and not lose each other in the process, especially with kids? And I think with like one of the things that has honestly kept us together is that even though we don't agree on everything, like in every single thing, the way we rate, the way we, how do I say the word? The way we like want to raise our kids. Because there's things where sometimes you'd be like, oh, I told you we shouldn't be doing that. Or like, oh, you know, but I think, I want to say like 99.9% of the time, we're always on the same page.
We don't go against each other's, well, usually when she says something to the kids, it's the final thing. I'll be like, what did mom say?
Yeah. Or but what I'm versa. Saying, like, but we always communicate between each other, even though
no, but that's like, what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like we do say, like you said, we don't agree with it. I was like, well, if mom already said no, then it's a no. Even if I would have said yes.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. And same thing, vice versa. There's, like I said, there is those times where I'm like, oh, like, I don't agree, and like I kind of will like be like, hey, like maybe we should change that. But like I said, it's only like 1%.
No, be honest. How do you say it?
What? How do I say it?
She literally corrects me for the kids.
No, I don't. You're such a liar.
You're like, hey, let him do that.
Okay, it's different though, because I feel like it's something that I'm just like, dude, just let it be, you know? But it's not like you're saying it. It's literally, I'll be like, just let it be.
It's not all the time. It's just like certain times.
That's what I said.
And that's one thing that we have.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We have been working on, because like sometimes when she used to do that, it's like obviously it would take my power away from me. Yeah. So like Julian, he's the main. Obviously, he's the oldest, and he's the main one that catches on it. He literally gave us that example. Was it today or yesterday? I said something, and then he looked at her, and then that.
Don't move your mic so much.
Oh, my bad. And then Natalie's like, "Why are you looking at me? Are you trying to see if I'm gonna change the outcome?" And he was like, "Yeah, because that's what you do."
But so that was a perfect example. Was that when okay, I guess you were just trying to prove a point, but what I was trying to say is that we don't have the issues of like. We'll have arguments because we can't get on the same page about raising our kids.
But that's where I was going to. Well, obviously, but that's where I was getting to too. Like, obviously, those type of situations occur in every type of parenting, out there. Well, yeah. So that's one thing that obviously, definitely happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think that's what has made us have an easier, like, marriage in overall, because we have the same idealisms for our kids. We want to raise our kids in the same environment, same thought process. We don't like that. We're on the same page.
She said, let's homeschool the kids. I said, all right, let's go. Like, a lot of people won't do that.
And yeah, so I think that was one of them. And then, like I said, us being together and learning how to grow with each other and love each other for who we were, who we're becoming, and who we will be, because we continue to evolve every time. Like, you've never doubted me at any of my crazy ideas. I've been a YouTuber, I've been an influencer, and then I went back, and then I went into like corporate, and then I came back, and then I started a fashion store, and then I came back. And
that the fashion store one was obviously you got pregnant.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that that I've always been one where like I don't care if I start something and I don't
you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, I learn from my mistakes, and if I didn't get anywhere with that doesn't define me. That's just like, okay, this wasn't for me, let's move on to the next, right? But I finally feel like I'm where I was meant to be this whole time. Like, and I think with my husband being here with me, it's only more of a clear vision that we are where we're supposed to be, He's here along me, like, creating all this. We are, creating this adventure and this journey together, and this podcast, our lovely chaos. So yeah, like, I think what has made us great is,
it's being there for each
other, learning from each other, supporting each other,
accepting,
communicating. And I think, like I said, faith overall, having God in between us and nobody else. Like, I guess unless it's professional help, like a psychologist or marriage counselor, then that's different. But yeah, guys, that's how I feel like we've stuck together and haven't fallen apart. Yeah.
And obviously, sex is amazing. So, why even leave that one out?
Yeah, that's true, guys. That's for another topic, though.
Yeah. But I mean, that's actually a main one too. So.
Yeah, but we'll have that topic some other day. But for today, I think that's it for this little topic we wanted to talk about. But you guys, if you guys aren't following us yet on Instagram, follow us on our Lovely Chaos podcast, and then
I think it's just Lovely Chaos pod, our Lovely Chaos pod.
Yeah, sorry, I said podcast. Yeah, pod. yeah, and just make sure to leave us reviews and likes on here on Spotify or whatever streaming service you guys are listening to us on. But yeah, keep supporting us, guys, so that we can continue to do this, and embracing you guys with all the little knowledge we have.
Yeah, we are here. Any questions, reach out.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
You just stop it?